At the top tonight, the top brass at the Corpus Christi Police Department have now released the names of the officers involved in yesterday's shooting on the city's west side. Senior Officer Gilbert Cantu and Officer Jacqueline Deleon, who's been on the job less than a year, have both been placed on paid administrative leave in connection with the shooting. It's per the department's policy. Cantu is said to be a training officer. During a news conference last night, Police Chief Mike Markle said it all started when officers Cantu and Deleon stopped a young man who reportedly matched the description of an armed robbery suspect. That young man, who's been identified tonight as 23-year-old Richard Salazar, turned out to be completely innocent. But the chief says he was shot when for some reason he failed to comply with the officer's requests. Salazar is said to be recovering in the hospital tonight. Meantime, our Taylor Alanis joins us live at the scene of that robbery with the details on the suspects police do now have in custody. Taylor?
Joe, police say 2 robberies happened in the same area yesterday, including right here at the Hi-Ho convenience store. CCPD Chief Markle says that the man that Cantu shot was not one of those robbery suspects, and this man's family has identified him as 23-year-old Richard or Richie Salazar. Now, Chief Markle says a robbery happened here at the convenience store yesterday morning on Mohawk, and another here at this one in the afternoon. He says officers canvassed the area and saw a man they thought matched the description of one of those suspects, and they exchanged words. Police say the man's hands were hidden, and when they first asked him to show them his hands, he refused and was non-compliant. Eventually he did, and that's when we are told Cantu fired his gun. Now we know that man who was shot's name was Richie Salazar, and he was taken to Spawn Shoreline in stable condition. But it turns out what was in his hand was not a gun, but a lighter that looked like a gun, and he was not one of the men involved in the robberies. And a short time later, officers stopped a car on North Staples and Lipan and found 2 men inside who matched the suspect description. Inside, they found 3 guns and clothes in disguise used in both of those robberies. It was then that police arrested 26-year-old Timothy Leal and a 16-year-old boy. We are not releasing his name because he is a minor, and a warrant was also issued for 18-year-old Lucas Martinez, who is still on the run. Leal and the 16-year-old were charged with aggravated robbery, and so will Martinez when he is arrested. Leal already has 10 outstanding warrants, and police say the robberies and the shooting are still under investigation, and they have been in touch with the Salazar family. Now live on the city's west side, Taylor Alanis, 3 News.